In a quiet American neighborhood, one ordinary house was hiding a nightmare underground, and for years, no one had a clue. The town of Cedar Ridge looked like the kind of place where nothing bad ever happened. Clean streets, friendly neighbors, kids riding bikes until sunset. It was the classic, peaceful American suburb. At the end of Maple Street stood a small beige house with a white fence. The man who lived there was Daniel Harper, a quiet, middle-aged mechanic who mostly kept to himself. Neighbors described him as a little odd, but harmless. But beneath that house, there was something terrifying, something no one in Cedar Ridge could imagine. For almost 6 years, several people had mysteriously disappeared around the county. A college student who never made it home after a party. A hitchhiker last seen near the highway. A waitress who vanished after her late shift. Police searched everywhere, but they never searched Daniel Harper's basement, because nobody suspected him. Daniel lived a normal routine. He went to work at the auto repair shop every morning. Came home around 6 p.m. Sometimes he waved to neighbors while taking out the trash. He looked like the last person capable of anything evil. But at night, things were different. Under his house was a hidden basement room, sealed behind a heavy metal door. Inside were chains bolted to the wall, mattresses on the floor, and a small camera recording everything. Daniel had built the room himself, piece by piece. For years, his victims were people he believed no one would look for too hard. Travelers, runaways, people passing through town. He would drive late at night along the empty highways outside Cedar Ridge, waiting, watching, when someone needed a ride. He would stop, and that was the last normal moment of their lives. The escape, everything stayed hidden for years. Until one night in October, a young woman named Megan Carter had been missing for 3 weeks. Her family feared the worst, but Megan was still alive. She was trapped in Daniel Harper's basement. For weeks, she watched him carefully, learning his routine, waiting for the smallest mistake. Then one night, it happened. Daniel forgot to fully lock the basement door. It was the first mistake he had made in years. Megan slowly pushed the door open. Her hands were shaking. Her heart was racing so loudly she thought he might hear it upstairs. Step by step, she climbed the dark staircase. When she reached the top, the house was silent. Daniel was asleep. She quietly opened the front door and ran barefoot into the cold night. She ran until she saw headlights on the road. A passing driver stopped, and within minutes, the police were called. The discovery, when officers arrived at Daniel Harper's house, they expected confusion. They didn't expect horror. The basement door was exactly where Megan said it would be, behind it. They found the hidden room, chains, cameras, personal belongings from missing people. Investigators realized something chilling. Several of the missing persons cases from the past 6 years were connected to this house. Daniel Harper wasn't just a kidnapper. He was something far worse. When police searched the backyard the next day, the truth became even darker. Buried beneath the soil were human remains. The quiet mechanic from Maple Street had been hiding a nightmare underground for years. The arrest Daniel Harper was arrested the same morning. Neighbors watched in disbelief as police cars filled the street. The same man who smiled and waved at them was now being taken away in handcuffs. No one could believe it. News trucks arrived within hours. The story spread across the country. How could something like this happen in a peaceful town? But for the victims' families, the answer didn't matter anymore. The nightmare was finally over, because one survivor had escaped, and to this day, the people of Cedar Ridge still wonder one chilling thing. How many secrets were buried beneath that house before someone finally ran out of the basement?